Folks, let me tell you about a condo situation that could get really ugly. I'll get into that and then the latest home prices and insights for condos across the GTA for week ending April 16th, 2025. With condos getting smaller and smaller and smaller, more and more condo buyers are looking for larger and larger condos, which in a lot of situations kind of has the condo buyer looking at some of the older condos just because they're larger, usually larger in square footage. The fact that they're older would probably also imply that in many situations, these condos have had some renovations done, some updates done over the years. And so we're representing a condo buyer and we're looking for one of these older condos that has been updated. And we found one that was really beautiful, had lots of updates done to it, larger square footage than they could ever get for the same bedroom configuration in some of the newer ones. And my client really liked the unit, and I got to say, it was really, really nice. Now, every time we put an offer on one of these condos that has had a lot of renovations done, even just some renovations, I strongly recommend, I don't insist, but I strongly recommend to my buyer clients, say, listen, I really, really recommend a home inspection just to make sure that the renovations have been done properly. And two, I recommend that we get proof that the renovations have been approved by the condo board. And almost every time, my buyer clients agree that, yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. So we put in an offer with those two conditions: home inspection and that we get proof that the condo board approved this. The offer was accepted, so now we have a conditional agreement in place. We do the home inspection, and as we're doing the home inspection, the home inspector, there's a few things he pointed to saying, I'm surprised this was approved by the condo board. Oh, this is really nice, but I'm surprised it was approved by the condo board. After the home inspection, generally things were okay, but there's a few things that now kind of popped into our head that, can't wait till we see proof because we really like the condo unit. And as I'm speaking to the listing agent saying, when could we expect proof, something that tells us that the condo board has approved these renovations, the listing agent is saying that the seller has kind of changed their mind on that they're not in a position to give us proof, that they bought it this way and they don't want to go down that road just in case maybe something wasn't approved. And so we're buying it on the attitude that everything has been approved. And the sellers already said, yeah, no problem, and agreed to it, but now they're kind of reneging on that. And I explained to my buyer client that, say, listen, these are the pitfalls here. If you accept it without proof, at any moment, at any time, the condo board, for whatever reason, could decide they want to inspect the renovations that were done there. And if they weren't approved, you're not able to put your hands up and say, well, I bought it this way, so leave me alone. Talk to the previous seller. Whoever owns the condo at that time, when the condo board decides that they're going to have a look, for whatever reason, they're going to have a look, it's that condo owner that's responsible for rectifying the problem. Now, rectifying the problem that the condo board sees as a problem could mean fixing it so the condo board is able to approve it, or bringing things back to their original state, one or the other. Either way, it's going to cost a few dollars to do. This unit was immaculate. It was beautiful the way it was renovated. We just don't know if everything is going to meet the condo board standards. I called the condo board asking, how do I find out if renovations in a unit have been approved? And they said, well, if you're the condo owner, we could tell you. If you're not, we can't help you. So they weren't going to give me information there. And now we're kind of stuck. And I explained to my buyer again, listen, these are the pitfalls. You could be on the hook if you end up buying this. Eventually, we backed out of the deal. It wasn't a risk that my client was willing to take. I think it was a very smart move on my client's part to back out of that. The unit eventually sold. I don't know under what circumstances it sold, but under the current circumstances, it wasn't a risk my client was willing to take. So I'll leave you with this. It may look beautiful. The unit may be immaculate, but you really need to understand if those renovations, and this is part of living in a condo, you can't just make arbitrary decisions on your own as to how you want to renovate. Make sure you get condo board approval and then stick to that plan. Like I've seen before where people get condo board approval and then they do whatever they want thinking, well, we've got approval now, we could do what we want. No, you got to stick to the plan and get condo board approval. Get it in writing that the condo board has approved your renos, because you may need that approval down the road to protect yourself. Or if you're down the road going to sell, a savvy buyer is going to want to see proof. It'll help you out. Stick to the plan. If you're buying, be careful for this. You can't say, I bought it this way and get off the hook that way. Whoever owns the unit at the time the condo board eventually decide for, again, whatever reason they decide they're gonna look, whoever owns it is going to be on the hook for rectifying whatever the condo board feels is not meeting their standards. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you get value from what we're talking about, subscribe. And if you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video in the description, there's a link to my calendar, or go directly to tsre.ca. That'll take you to my calendar. Pick a date and time that suits you, and we will talk about whatever's on your mind. Now, let's get into the numbers. Folks, at the end of this video, there'll be a link on the screen to a large 2-bedroom condo located just beneath the penthouse. It's a corner unit, incredible views. It's in Etobicoke. Check it out and go Leafs go. Keep the dream alive out there. Here we go. This show's all about condos. We're gonna be focused on breaking down data for condos in the city of Toronto, in York region, and in Peel region. These are average sold prices for 3 months. Peel region, average sold price is the lowest on the chart. You add 164,000, you get to City of Toronto, average sold prices for condos. That's the difference, 164,000 between what condos on average are selling for in Peel region versus the City of Toronto. We're going to start off with Toronto for week ending April 16th. 138 condos were sold. 18 of those sold at $1 million or more. Let's look at the sales. I've said it 100 times. This time of the year, when we come out of the winter season, we come out, January, February, and as we head towards the warmer months, the spring season, we expect sales to be trending upwards. It's happening in some property types. It's happening in the detached market, not so much in the condo market. Sales for a while seemed kind of flat. Now for the last 4 weeks in a row, sales seem to be trending downwards. Average sold price seems kind of flat to me. Average sold price for week ending August 16th, $711,000. That's all condo apartments in the city of Toronto. Just to give you an idea of price points, 1-bedroom condos, this also includes 1-bedroom plus den, but 1-bedroom condos, the average sold price for this week ending April 16th is $541,000. The average sale price of 2-bedroom condos is $850,000. That's a $309,000 price difference. Average prices, big difference between what 1 bedrooms are selling for and 2 bedrooms are selling for. And naturally, usually you're talking larger square footages also. Compared to last year, $711,000 is 5% lower than where the average sold price was a year ago. The median price of $610,000 is 10% lower. The dotted line, that's the 4-week moving average. When we look at that over the previous 3 months, both average price and median price, to me, seem kind of flat. Sure, there's some movement up and down, but overall, not a lot of real change over the last 3 months when it comes to condo prices. Sales, we have far fewer sales this year than a year ago. 138 were sold, we said. 34 of those, so 25%, a quarter, sold at list price or more. Listings, lots of listings. Active listings, it's climbing. I got to start readjusting the charts here because we're running out of room. 5,928 condos. We're approaching 6,000 condos available for sale. I'm going to go back. Only 138 sold. Months of inventory, way up there, sitting at 9.9 months of inventory. That's the whole city. Let's break Toronto down into 9 different sections, and I'm just going to point out a few sections. All the areas are here for you to look at and, decide what makes sense to you as far as what area you're interested in. But Scarborough, for example, 19 condos sold. There's 621 available for sale. Active listings, AL, active listings. So 3.1% sold. So out of 100, 3 sold. If you're looking to sell your condo in Scarborough, just think about that for a second. Out of 100, only 3 are going to sell this week. What do you got to do to make yours one of those 3 that actually sell? If we look at Etobicoke, where 22 condos sold, 623 are active listings, 3.5% of all condos sold. Let's look at Uptown, Midtown, Downtown. Uptown, 2.9% of all so less than 3 actually sold. Midtown, 1.6% sold. You want to round and say 2%? That's fine. 2 out of 100, but it's 1.6. So out of 200 condos, 3 are actually selling. And if we go right downtown, there was 36 that sold. 2,191 are available for sale, but only 36 sold. That's 1.6, just like Midtown, 1.6% sold. What do you got to do to have yours stand out? So it's one of those 1.6 out of 100 that actually sell during this coming week. And months of inventory for downtown and Midtown, 14 months of inventory, 14.5 months of inventory. Think about what I'm saying there, 14 months, so a year and 2 months. So if we buy at the current rate that currently buyers are buying, and no more buyers come on or leave, and at the current amount of condos available for sale, no more get added or leave, it'll take us 1 year and 2 months to buy out all the condos that are available for sale. That's what months of inventory means. That's a long time. York Region. For week ending, April 16th, 29 condos sold. 1 was at $1 million or more. I can't really see a sales pattern, or kind of looked like for a while sales were trending up. Now they're down. I'm not sure which way sales are going, if there's even a trend to which way sales are going. Average sold price is $652,000. $652 is 9% lower than where we were this time a year ago. The median price is 12% lower. Median price is 609. The dotted line, the 4-week moving average, both for average price and median price, it's not much change. It kind of seems flat, maybe trending up a little bit, maybe over 3 months, very little change. 29 were sold. 8 of those, or 28%, sold at list price or more. Listings, wow, 1,074 available condos for sale. 29 sold, but there's 1,074 available for buyers to choose from. And months of inventory, it's climbing. We're now at 8.5 months of inventory. It's York region. Let's look at Peel region. I'm saying Peel region, the majority are being bought and sold in Mississauga. So for week ending, April 16th, 28 condos sold. 1 was at $1 million or more. Sales, kind of flat. There's no real trend. And you could see 29, 26, 25, 31, 28, 27, 26, 28. Kind of flat sales. There's no direction. Average sold price, though, it's the opposite. It's pretty clear we have a direction. Average sold price is trending down. Average sold price for week ending April 16th is $547,000. 547 is 8% lower than where we were this time a year ago. The median price is 9% lower. Median price is 520. The dotted line, the 4-week moving average, also shows average price and median price trending down. It's not as that aggressive, but it is trending down. 28 were sold. 3 of those, so 11%, sold at list price or more. There's 1,050 active condo apartments available for sale in Peel region. 1,050, only 28 sold. And months of inventory trending upwards. We're now at 8.7, which is what it was the previous week, 8.7 months of inventory. Here's a quick summary. Seller's market is down here. Buyer's market is here. None of the months of inventory are even remotely close to being in a balanced market. It's pretty much a buyer's market, no matter how you look at it. Thanks for watching. Go Leafs go. Have an awesome day. Now check out the awesome 2-bed condo that we just listed.